Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're exploring something many of us feel deeply, the pull of travel. Why is it so captivating? Our source material is the first episode of a podcast called Wanderlust Diaries, specifically the one titled The Magic of Travel.
Hmm.
We're aiming to get beyond just liking travel, to really understand this magic. It talks about new experiences, personal growth, uh, cultural beauty, all of that. So what's the first thing that sort of grabs people, according to the source?
Well, what Wanderlust Diaries captures straight away is that jolt,
Mhm.
stepping out of your everyday. It's that sudden hit of new sights, sounds, even languages and smells that kind of snaps you out of the routine. And that process itself, it inherently expands how you see the world, just beyond your own street. It's very visceral.
Absolutely. And it makes a point that it's not just about like checking off the big landmarks, is it? It zooms in on these smaller sensory things, the taste of coffee somewhere like Paris, or that feeling of being enjoyably lost in Marrakech,
Mm.
or just a quick, maybe unexpected chat with someone in Vietnam.
Yeah.
These little moments seem crucial to the magic they describe.
I think it's because those moments hit you directly, experientially. They don't go through your usual mental filters of expectation or what you already know. It's like your senses are wide awake, leading to, well, deeper emotional connection and much more vivid memories than just, say, looking at a building you've seen pictures of. You're just there, fully present.
And being fully present seems to unlock that personal growth aspect.
Mm.
Wanderlust Diaries really stresses. It mentions travel making you more patient, more curious, and definitely more open. That idea that different isn't wrong, it's just different. How does that actually happen, do you think?
Well, travel just throws you into situations where your normal assumptions get, well, tested. You see different ways people live, different answers to the same basic human questions. And that forces a bit of a rethink about your own norms, doesn't it? You develop a more flexible, maybe more empathetic view. You see, there's not just one correct way.
Yeah, that makes sense. It also feels really positive when the episode talks about those universal connections. Things like understanding a laugh anywhere in the world, or kindness cutting through language barriers, even just finding an amazing meal from a street cart unexpectedly.
Exactly. And those moments, they underline something fundamental. Beneath the cultural differences, there's this shared human core.
Hmm.
Travel has this way of kind of stripping back the surface layers and revealing that common ground.
It's interesting, too, that Wanderlust Diaries doesn't paint this picture of perfect, easy trips. It acknowledges the problems, the missed flights, the language mix-ups, things not going to plan, but it frames them as part of the journey, almost vital for growth.
Right, because those tough moments, they force you to adapt, don't they? To solve problems on the fly in a place where you don't know the ropes. And often you end up relying on someone else's help. Overcoming that stuff builds resilience, self-confidence, and a real appreciation for connection. Growth doesn't happen easily in the comfort zone.
I really like how it broadened the definition, too, suggesting travel isn't just the trip itself, but maybe more of a mindset. This idea of staying curious and finding wonder, even in your daily life, exploring locally. What's the value in that?
By adopting that mindset, you basically bring the good stuff from travel, that awareness, the openness, the curiosity into your everyday. You can find novelty and learning right where you are. It stops life getting, stale, keeps that sense of discovery alive.
And that leads really nicely into that quote they use: travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer. It suggests the real value isn't souvenirs, but the memories, the lessons learned, the stories you carry with you.
Precisely. Those are the intangible gains. They shape who you are, how you see things. They add depth, really. That's the true richness it talks about.
So, wrapping up our deep dive, inspired by Wanderlust Diaries, this magic seems to be this powerful mix. Broadening horizons, definitely,
Mm.
but also that personal growth that comes from all the experiences, even the tricky ones, and seeing how interconnected we all are.
Which leaves a thought for you listening. How could you bring a bit more of that travel mindset into your life right now? Where could you look for new experiences, spark that curiosity, or just appreciate the richness around you, whether you're jetting off somewhere or just walking around your own town? What kind of riches are you hoping to find through exploration near